Hi, I'm Katie Goulet. I want to say thanks for stopping by my website. I am glad you're here. I love helping businesses be online and make a great first impression. My story begins back when I graduated college in 2003. I graduated with a graphic design degree. I was originally a painter, but my professor said, "Oh, no one will ever get a full-time job in painting, so you either have to do photography or graphic design." And I chose graphic design. I am so glad I did. To my professors, thank you. Thank you for encouraging me to do that. Because graphic design has followed me through every job I have had. I was originally in sales, was my first job out of college, and I used graphic design all the time. And it was also during that season that I created my very first website. I made it solely out of HTML myself. It took forever. I hated it. Fast forward past being married and having my first child, and I got inspired to really get fit and share all about my fitness journey with others. And so I began a fitness company and I began a fitness blog. And then I discovered this platform called WordPress. And it was like all of my worlds came together and I loved it. And I originally thought I was kind of cheating because I would design things in my graphic design program and I'd put them onto my website. And because I wasn't like coding all of it, I felt like I was cheating. Little did I know that that's really, for the most part, how you're supposed to do it with WordPress. And so because WordPress just took out a lot of the coding and a lot of the formatting that I was used to creating that very, very first website, I just couldn't believe how easy it was. And I immediately was like, this is great. I love this. I can take anything pretty much from my head and I can put it online onto a website. And so I began blogging and I began my fitness company and I loved it. I taught boot camps at 5 a.m. to local women and they were amazing and it was a great time. And after I created that website, I just had friends that started to say like, "Hey, I need a website. Can you make this for me?" And I said, "Okay, I'll try." And I did it. And through that, I made my, first like real client websites. I made my first e-commerce store for somebody. I made my first store that sold like digital products and digital downloads for someone. And I loved it. And I just kept kind of getting referred and someone else would tell some other friend and then I'm making someone else's church's website and someone else's blog and I just kept kind of doing these little projects the whole time working at a church and also running my fitness blog and my fitness company, and I would just kind of do these extra on the side while I was just raising my family, and I loved it. And then ultimately about 2 years ago I realized that the website thing I started was taking over more and more and more of my time and more of my passion. And so I decided to dedicate myself fully to it and I decided to just dive into creating websites and I love it. And most people can't believe it when I say that because for a lot of people, creating a business website and managing a business website is infuriating and they hate it and it's a big pain and a headache for them. But I love it. And that's how I know it's what I meant to do because I love fixing problems. I love taking what someone envisions and putting it onto a website. I love learning the new trends and the new platforms, and that's where for me a platform called Squarespace came in that I learned Squarespace about a year and a half ago because it was just the new platform and the new trend that people were trying, and I had to try it. And so now I mainly create custom websites for people. Sometimes I take a current website and I redesign maybe a front page or I get something working again or I make changes and edits as people need them. And so welcome to katiegoulet.com. I hope that you find my blog inspiring but also helpful. And if you're a business owner and you have any ideas or you have questions of like, what should I be doing with my email list or what should I have on my homepage? If you have specific questions, I would love for you to email me and I will make a blog about it. And so at info@katiegoulet.com, I'd love to hear from you. Look around, reach out to me if you're looking for a website or you need help with anything.